School has way too much close-up time, in my opinion, and unless society finds a new way to educate people, we need to find a way to work with it. So in this video, I want to share with you how I do the Endmyopia Reduced Lens Method at school to continuously improve my eyesight even while I'm at school. So my name is Nagar, welcome to my channel. I used to wear minus 5.5 diopters 2 years ago, and I'm currently wearing minus 2.75. And I am also a student. I am a graduate student in environmental bioprocess engineering, and my studies involve both lab-based research work and courses. So currently I don't have any courses, but last year I had a full course load, and I had anywhere from online classes to small classroom style classes to large lecture hall type classes, and I managed to do the Endmyopia Reduced Lens Method in all of these scenarios. So in this video I want to share with you what I did in each scenario, and you might want to do something different, and that is totally fine. So I want to just share with you my perspective so you can hear it from someone else. But if you want to do something different than me, that is totally fine. And that's because your lighting situation might be different, where you like to sit in the classroom might be different. But you cannot disagree with me for scenario number one. We have to be on the same page here, because that is how we got into this mess in the first place with the whole myopia thing, okay? So this video assumes that you know the Endmyopia Reduced Lens Method, and you know what your normalized diopters are, you know what your differential diopters are. I'll put mine up on the screen right here of where I'm currently at. By the way, if your eyesight is so much better than mine, your differential glasses are your own eyeballs, okay? Keep that in mind. There are basically two principles to the Endmyopia Reduced Lens Method, in my opinion. So there's the eliminating the close-up strain using your differential glasses, and looking at the distance with your slightly reduced normalized glasses is so that you can get your elongated eyeball back into its shape slowly, like with time. At school, we're not really looking at the distance that much, and if your program involves you going outside and looking at the distance, you're so lucky. But most of us are sitting in a classroom and we're doing a lot of up close work. So the differential glasses are going to be your best friend at school. So scenario number one is anything that is strictly up close, where you're looking at something up close for a prolonged period of time. And prolonged period of time is anything, in my opinion, longer than a minute. So we're talking about online classes, we're talking about looking at your laptop, looking at a tablet, reading a textbook, looking at doing your homework, working on a pen and paper, maybe doing Zoom video calls or any other video calling platform that you use. Anything that is up close and involves just you looking at something up close for a long period of time, you're going to be using your differential glasses the entire time. Okay, this is the one that is an absolute must. You cannot disagree with me here. We have to be using your differential glasses. Scenario number two is if you are watching a presentation or a lecture, and you're sitting in a lecture hall or a classroom, and you're watching somebody at the front talk, and you don't really need to take notes. So in this scenario, because I don't need to take notes and I don't need to look up close, I'm just looking at the distance, I will just continue wearing my normalized glasses. So the third scenario, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So you're in a lecture hall or in a classroom, and your professor or your teacher is talking and you have to take notes. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because you have to look in the distance and you have to look up close. You have to look in the distance, look up close. And it's a little bit annoying, I think, to just continuously switch your glasses back and forth. People are gonna think you're crazy. By the way, if people think you're crazy, they're the ones that are crazy, okay? Because they're not doing anything about their eyesight. You're not crazy. But it's a little bit annoying just kind of switching your glasses back and forth. So I figured out a way that works for me, and I have two options. So option number one, this is the preferred solution for me. I will wear my differential glasses, okay, and I will sit at the front row, like as close as I can. I'll sit as close as I can to the screen or to the professor, teacher, whoever that's talking. And I'll wear my differential glasses, because when I'm wearing my differential glasses, and depending on the style of the classroom, if the front row is not so far away from the screen, you can still see the screen pretty well. Like, it's not crystal clear, but you can still see it, and you can pick up the important points that you want to write down. This solution works really well if your professor or teacher or whoever that's talking is presenting a PowerPoint style presentation, because most likely in that PowerPoint you already have all the notes and all the things that you need. The only things that you are writing down on your tablet or on in your notebook is your own notes. So what you pick up from what the professor's saying, any ideas that you have, anything like extra, you are writing down. So this really works well. Now, if the situation is, and this is where option two comes for me, okay? If the situation is that your professor, teacher, or whatever is literally writing the entire note. So maybe so I'm in engineering and we do a lot of problem-based, they go through problems in the classrooms, and there's a lot of calculations involved, some diagrams, like there's a lot of writing involved. And it usually involves a professor, a teacher, whatever, standing up there on a blank piece of paper and literally writing everything from scratch. So if that is the scenario, and if I can't get a hold of these notes beforehand, then I will prioritize the distance vision and I will use my normalized glasses, which it can get really annoying because I know I have to be able to see what's on the board. And I can't do that very well if I'm using my up close vision glasses. And what will kind of happen is I will feel a little bit of eye strain, but I will just like really try to not look. It's kind of weird, but I try to not like look at my paper very much. I'll try to look at the distance a lot and like maybe quickly write down the notes. This scenario is a little bit tricky. So if I can, I will go with option number one and I'll use my differential glasses at the front, in the front row. But if I can't and I have to write I have to write a lot and I have to be able to see what I'm writing, like it's not my own thoughts that I'm writing down, it's the professor's notes that I'm literally writing from scratch, then I will have to use my normalized glasses. And usually I really hate these scenarios. I try to sit further back in the lecture hall if I can, so that I can at least get that distance vision in. But yeah, we just got to deal with it. So scenario number 4 is if I am the one presenting, I'm presenting something, maybe I'm showing up my PowerPoint slides, or I am just talking about something, I will prioritize my distance vision and I will use my normalized glasses. So even if I have some notes that I want to refer to while I'm making the presentation, like let's say I have my laptop here with my PowerPoint slides, and then there is a projector that's projecting the PowerPoint slides onto the audience, and I have some notes in my laptop that I want to like refer to. First of all, I try to not when I'm doing presentations, because you want to engage with the audience as much as possible. But if I need to, I'll just sacrifice my a little bit of eye strain so that I can like quickly look at my notes, whatever I need to look at, and then I will look at my audience and try to really engage with them. The only situation where I will use my differential glasses when I'm making a presentation is if I am teaching something. Like, let's say you are a TA or you are an instructor of some sort and you're teaching something to people and you have to look at your notes a lot. You have to maybe you're the one standing up there and writing a problem from scratch for everybody to see. Well, and you're doing a lot of like close-up time, then I would prioritize the close-up vision and use my differential glasses and not care that the audience is all blurry. So yeah, those are my tips, but usually for presentations I like to just go with my normalized glasses. Those are all the scenarios that I could think of, but if there's anything that I missed, let me know in the comments below and let me know what you think. What do you do? Are you also students? Are you do you find it challenging to do the Endmyopia Reduced Lens Method at school, or do you find it super easy? Let me know in the comments below, and any kind of tips that you recommend or anything that you think that you do differently from me, let me know and I'd love to hear from you. With that, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.